Hello AISD parents and students. My name is Timi Jabik and I'm the college advisor at Sam Houston High School, and today I'm here to speak to you guys about the FSA ID and why you guys need to know about it, especially going into this school year. Now let's get started by talking about what your FSA ID is and why you need it. The FSA ID stands for Federal Student Aid ID, and it's used to log in to the FAFSA for completion and submission. Now, you will need an email address, a phone number, and your social security number, as well as some personal information for the challenge questions during this process.
Let's get started by talking about what your FSA ID is and why you need it. The FSA ID stands for Federal Student Aid ID, and it is used to log into the FAFSA for completion and submission. You will need an email address, phone number, and social security number, as well as some personal information for the challenge questions. Before we get started, it is important to know that if the student does not know their social security number, they may ask their counselor if they have it, or text or call a parent. If the student does not have a social security number, they will most likely fill out the TASFA. If this is the case, please see our TASFA video. If the student has a social security number, but the parent does not, the student will create an FSA ID, but the parent will not. The parent will have to hand sign a signature page. To begin, go to the URL found here or type bar fsaid.ed.gov into the web search bar. From here, make sure you click Create Account. This will then take you to the next page where you will click Get Started. On this page, you will enter in some personal information, including your first name, middle initial, last name, date of birth, and your social security number. This information is completely private, and errors can cause delays in completing your FAFSA, so double check your responses. Once this page is completed, click Continue. And now we are onto account information. Create a memorable username. Try your full name and see if it is available. Then create a password as well, with capitalized letters, lowercase letters, and numbers. Be sure to write down or save this information. You will need it in the future. We do not recommend using a work or school email address when creating your FSA ID, as you might not have access to this later on in the next few years. Instead, use a personal email address that you own. Once this is done, confirm your password and click Continue. This next page is where you will enter your contact information, including your mailing address, phone number, and email address that you wish to be associated with this account. This information takes time to change, so be sure to use an email and phone number you have access to. If you do not have a phone number of your own, an email address will suffice. If you do have a phone number, be sure to fill out the mobile account recovery box, which will allow you to recover your account if you forgot your username and password. Click Continue once you're done. Select your preferred means to receive communication about your financial aid. You can either elect to do this through email or by postal mail. You can also receive information about different types of financial aid by email, text message, or both. On this page, you will need to choose 5 challenge questions and save your answers for each. Remember that capitalization will matter for your answers, and this will be used if you ever need to reset your account password. This account is yours forever and will be used each time you complete the FAFSA, so be sure these are memorable and write them down or save them once you're done. Once you're done, click Continue. Here on this page, you will need to confirm your email address and phone number and other personal information. You will also need to verify your challenge questions. Next, you will need to confirm your email and phone number with a code the web page will send you via email or your phone if you opted in for text messages. Input this code and you will be done creating your FSA ID. After you have verified your phone number and email address, you can click Continue. And after you have finished creating your FSA ID, you can continue to FAFSA.gov to begin your FAFSA application. Your login should be ready to use, and you are now able to log in and access the FAFSA with this account. Please see our next video for assistance with completing the FAFSA. If you need one-on-one assistance, please contact your college advisor, counselor, or Goal Center mentor via email or appointment. Thank you so much.
Your FSA ID login should be ready for use, and you're now able to log in and access the FAFSA with this account. Please see our next video for assistance with completing the FAFSA. If you need one-on-one assistance, please visit our college advisor, a counselor, or a Goal Center mentor via email or appointment.